So, Mr. Churchill, how are you?
Ma'am, as I have been dead since 1965 and am here as a figment of your imagination. Why don't you tell me?
I must say you look rather dapper for being dead. As you know, I conjure you up when I have a problem to solve. I would ask the current Prime Minister to help me, but he is awfully wet. And I cannot stand that Thatcher woman or that Blair chappie. I do so miss having a Prime Minister of the right sort to talk things over with.
I understand. So what is your current dilemma, ma'am?
I have heard that one of my loyal and finest subjects is retiring. I want to recognize his great but secret service to Crown and Country.
I see. One of the spooks, was he?
Yes. Even though he is a commoner, originally from a place called Doncaster, which I believe is somewhere north of the Watford Gap, he served his country with bravery and diligence.
A northerner. I see. Well, have you had him vetted?
Of course, Winston. The only blot on his landscape we found was that some of his acquaintances are, as those lovable cockneys say, a little dodgy.
A little dodgy. Sounds like they might have been members of the Met.
Winston, as always you are right. They were indeed members of the Met, and at a time when they were a pretty lawless lot, I hear.
May I inquire as to their names, ma'am?
Of course, Winston. One Derek Webster and one Adrian Maxwell.
Sound like a couple of rogues to me, ma'am.
Yes, I have heard some awful but must admit hilarious stories about their days chasing the many villains that were operating in the capital at the time.
You mean members of Parliament, ma'am?
Oh, Winston, you do crack one up.
Thank you, ma'am.
Anyway, let's be honest, Winston, we all know some pretty dodgy characters. Take my consort Philip, for example.
I would rather not, ma'am.
Oh, Winston, how you make my dentures dance with your rapier wit. Anyhow, I don't think we should hold that against him. I do know he did go to a rather posh college somewhere near the border with Scotland.
That would be Ushaw College, a nest of papists if ever there was one.
I know. But that is where we recruited him. He first proved himself by going undercover as a bus conductor, or as the peasants say, a clippy. He uncovered a communist plot led by some of those Yorkshire Union chappies to take over public transport in the country.
Well, that was some damn fine work, I must say. What did he do then?
He spent some time in the services, but that was very top secret work which I am afraid even I am not privy to.
And the Catholic thing, how did you deal with that?
Oh, that was easy. We had one of our fine vicar's daughters seduce him.
Oh, I see. She was only the vicar's daughter, but she could really.
Really, Winston, I do not want to hear any of your ribald comments.
Sorry, ma'am, quite forgot myself there. You know how it is.
I am sure I do not know how it is, Winston. And I did acknowledge her service by having her round to a garden party. Since leaving the service, he has been involved in international security and made quite a name for himself.
Well, he sounds like an all-round hearty fellow. How about naming him the Duke of Doncaster? I think the title is available right now.
I say, Winston, that sounds both alliterative and appropriate. What a ripping idea. I was thinking of the Earl of Ealing, but I prefer your suggestion.
Christopher Browgan, the Duke of Doncaster, has a nice ring to it.
That's settled then. I say, Winston, now about my son Andrew.
Oh, is that the time? Sorry, ma'am. I have an imaginary appointment with President Sarkozy about this European crisis thing.